Hello Libra, how are you today? Welcome to your December reading. My name is Debbie and welcome to Spirit in You. I thought I would just introduce myself because I am new to YouTube, and so this is my first month of doing videos. So I'm hoping that at the end of the reading that you will like the video and that you will subscribe and that you will take a look at Spirit in You and see what I do and see if anything interests you. Well, we could have a one-to-one reading there, for instance, because I thought I would explain to you actually, Libra, because I'm a medium, and what that means then is that I get messages from Spirit, which is why I named my business Spirit in You, because I'm dealing with spirit and I'm dealing within the spirit within us all. So that just made perfect sense, and I really like the name. So that's how that came about. And so because I'm a medium and I'm getting these messages, the energy is much stronger when I'm working with somebody one-to-one. And that's just the truth of it. That's just the way I work as a medium, because I'm getting these messages. Having said that, what I've done is I've got this timeline here of cards for the month of December, and I'm going to look at the cards and I'm going to experience the messages and the feeling of them, and then I'm going to deliver the message to you that way. So I use cards as a form of scrying, and I also use crystals as a form of scrying. And today I've got this big smoky quartz here, which I really wanted for you, Libra. I wanted to give this to you as, you know, for some clarity for you and some grounding, and also because it just felt right. It just felt like, not traditionally what would represent your sign or anything like that, just what felt right, and this does. And if you have a look at it, it's amazing, isn't it? With its angles and its shininess and its ability to do so many things as I turn it around in my hand. So I just really feel this is beautiful for you. And I've got a sense of travel with it, real sense of travel, and travelling over water as well, as I feel some energy coming from it. Well, the lovely thing about crystals is, particularly smoky quartz, you can really journey with it. You can really have moments of real clarity when you work with it, because it's a really good healing stone, healing crystal. And you can sort of get the energy coming off it and give your energy back to it. So there's a lot of love that comes in and out of it. It's particularly good at grounding. I mean, really good at grounding. So it tends to take you down to where you need to be, sort of connects you with the earth, and really gives you clarity. And that's particularly feels very relevant for you. I just felt like I needed to get it. So here we are. Here's the lovely rose quartz. I'll just pop that down. So in a moment, what I'll do is I'll turn the camera down and I'll show you the cards. So I'm working with the Wild Unknown deck because I like the imagery. It's beautiful, still tarot, it's just the imagery is different. It's beautiful and it sort of resonates with me, and I enjoy the way the cards look and the imagery and the way they kind of sort of come out and pop out, and I get my messages that way. So I hope this all makes sense. It certainly will do as we open up into the reading. I've also pulled an angel card because I work with angels. We all have angels around us and guides, and some people sense them and some people don't, and you know, I definitely have that, and I like them around me. I like that angelic feeling, which I was definitely getting for you as well. A real gentleness around you, which I think you could do with right now. You could do with a big hug, and it feels like that. And so we've got these lovely wings doing that, and there's there has been a little bit of sorrow recently, so you know, I'm picking up on that with my messages that were coming through. I would like to just draw your attention to the fact that if you have a one-to-one reading with me, we can really connect. But for now, we're going to give this reading a go. It is beautiful because I've glanced at them. But what I do, you see, is I meditate. I think about you, and then I shuffle the cards and I just spread them out, and then I sort of set the camera up, and then I go straight into the reading. So don't spend any time looking at the cards beforehand, because I want the energies to come through as I'm directing them over to you and delivering them to you, so I can get that feeling that we're working together. So take from it everything that works for you, the bits that resonate with you, and the stuff that doesn't, well, you just let that dissolve away because it's not for you. And that would make perfect sense, wouldn't it? You're a very sensible sign. You will understand that, you know, in order for us to have a real strong connection, we need to be working together. But this is beautiful, so we'll go through that. So we're going to turn the camera down now and then tell you all about the cards, and then I'll talk to you at the end, okay? So there are the cards. So hopefully I've got that in vision. It looks like I have. So there's your lovely smoky quartz here. Look at it. It's just stunning. It's just stunning. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got for you. So the first card that we've got, there you are, is the Eight of Wands. Now, this is lovely because this is a very strong card, a good sense of strength going into the month of December for you. And it also tells me as well that there's something that's going to be happening, and it's something to do, it feels like it's something to do with work, but it will equally work on the measure of, it could be a relationship too. Something's going to happen, and it's going to happen quite quickly, and it's going to be exactly what you wanted, and it comes with some real energy behind it. So this could be something that you've been working on, something that you're hoping for, something that you've been planning, but there's going to be some real news coming your way. And when it comes in, it's going to come in quite suddenly, and it's going to come in with a bit of force as well. Not force as in anything aggressive, because I know that there's nothing aggressive about you, and you don't operate from a place of any kind of aggression. There's too much kindness in you. No, this is in terms of force. I mean, just like that, you see that bolt that runs through the card here? That's what it feels like. I mean, like, poof, something's coming, and it's very welcome as well. So we're moving forward, and we're moving forward with our goals, with our passions, and with our desires, whether that's work or whether it's in a personal relationship. Things are moving. So what a great card to start off December. Then as we're moving through, now remember that energy is quite fluid, so this is all very approximate in as much as I'm saying this the first week. It could well be the very beginning or just going into the second, but it's a timeline, so it gives us a bit of a guide of what to expect. And here, this is really interesting as well, because this makes me feel very much like you when I look at this card now. I've got this real sense of thinking about what my next move is. I've got this sense of planning my next move and giving it some real contemplation. I do get a lovely sense of strength with this card as well, but on a very gentle sort of sphere. It can be and would relate to work and finances, your material world. It would be about you moving into a stage where things are going to be steadily getting better for you. That's what it feels like when I look at the card. I also get the sense of you grabbing this opportunity with both hands and it being particularly good for you. You're very steady with your thoughts here, and you're thinking about what you're doing, and you're not letting anything get by you because you're too astute for that. But when it comes to work and to finances, you do care about how things get balanced. You do care that things are done in a fair manner, and they're done with a sense of, well, fair play is the words I'm being given. Fair play. You expect it to be done in such a way that there's a certain amount of justice here and that nobody gets left out. So I see you grabbing this opportunity with both hands, and it feels really nice. There feels, again, there's a real sense of courage here and a real sense of strength as we go into the first week of December, and it being based around your finances, which is lovely, and I'm feeling that rather strong, along with April, a birthday in April for somebody. Now look at this as we go into the second week. Let's put the card just there. I think you can, hopefully it's not too shiny. I don't think it is. So if I put it just there, can you see that okay? It's the Ace of Swords. It's so good. Again, another sense of something happening, and something really happening on a really grand scale. We've got these bolts of lightning here. I've also got that lovely sense of you know what, it feels like I could be dancing even, or I'm just balancing on one leg here, but I'm doing it really well. So I've got, for some of you, there's a great form of dancing here and movement. But also going into the second week, excuse me, I do feel that because it's the Ace of Swords, that we've got something that's really good that's coming your way, something that you've been hoping for, something that's very good news, and something that feels quite angelic in terms of where it's coming from. So universal taking care of you. I also feel with the Ace of Swords as well that there's a sense of precision in your thoughts here as well. There's a sense of you knowing what is needed moving forward in your relationship, because I'm getting the sense of two here. I'm also getting the sense of you being very into somebody and then being very into you, and this feels beautiful. And there's been a lot of conversations around this, and you're talking about the relationship, and whilst you're doing that, you're firming it up, you're making it solid, and that feels really good for me. There's lightness there. There's a genteelness to this, and where your thoughts are concerned, and matters of the heart as well, you're being very kind about all of this. You're being to the point, but you're delivering your messages with kindness. So this Ace of Swords is coming through, particularly for some of you in a relationship, saying that this is very good, that this is, whatever this is going to feel lovely for you. And intellectually, you'll be working things out and balancing it really beautifully. And then towards the end of the second week, the card that comes in for you here is Temperance. And you know, I just mentioned to you about the angelic side of things, the universal feeling that I'm getting for you, because I was getting that before I turned on the camera as well. Angels, particularly angels, and a sense of kindness needed here. With Temperance, there's a real alchemy here. I mean, Temperance is about balancing things. It's about balancing our temperament. It's about balancing the things that we do in life and not being excessive in either way. But it also shows, Temperance, that there's a real spiritual ability here, that you can make things happen that wouldn't normally happen. So, and I get the sense of definitely the month of December being particularly important. Sagittarius coming through here, and I've got an energy that seems to centre me. It feels like you're going to be able to centre yourself really well. You're going to be balancing. It feels like you'll be balancing water. You know, I talked to you about when I picked up the quartz here. I've got you travelling water. It's like it's a big ship. You know, I just see it as a ship. And here, when I'm drawn to the balance side of things and water, I've got that form of travel. And I talked to you earlier, didn't I, about balancing on one leg here with the Ace of Swords. I've got that with Temperance as well. I've got that ability to balance things, balance your life, balance work, balance the people that come into your life, and for you to kind of get which way you need to go. So if you're feeling a little bit emotional at any point, I've got you balancing that out really well. That sort of, that love aspect. Anybody that's in your life that's really important to you, I've got you balancing the emotions really well, because I've got a really good sense of clarity and of warmth here with you. So I'm getting you feeling good in your tummy as well as feeling good in your head, which is always very positive. So that's lovely for your second week. And look what you've got going into your third here. So there's two aces here. And of course I had the number 2 as well. So I'm not sure if the light is picking that up, making it too bright for you. But there you are. You've got the Ace of Wands here, and the Ace of Wands is beautiful. This is another. You know, this is all very heaven sent. So here we have an ace, another ace, Ace of Wands coming through for you, being really fruitful. Things really opening up for you. Lots of energy there, and this is to do with your passion. So it feels like it definitely could be to do with work. There's no two ways about that. Your goals. It's definitely and does feel like a blossoming of a relationship as well, because I'm getting that sense of flowers and love and roses, and I'm getting number 3 coming through quite clearly. And also when I look at this, I've got the number 10 coming through for some of you as well, so that being really relevant. But this card, as it opens up, it excites me. It ignites me and it fills me with passion. And it fills me with passion for everything that I do and everything that's in my life. And so something is being given to you that actually fills you up inside and makes you be able to really move forward with projects, with work, with love. So it's really positive. So you'll be getting that in the first week and the second week, and it's a bolster to say you're on the right track. I feel emotional with this water here, but this is telling me, do you know what, I've got things balanced, that things are really looking good. Then we carry on now in the second week here. And of course we've got that number 2 again. So I'm using number 2 because it feels like the relationship to me, it being very important to you. I've got things on your mind here, but what I have got is you again balancing this. I've got you balancing the books, as it were, balancing life and juggling balls, but balancing them. I've got that, and I've got a sense of you when you're thinking about things, whether it's work or whether it's your relationship, partnership, the love of your life here. I see you two working together. I had it here with you binding together, and I've got it again with you working together. So I find a work relationship coming together and talking about things that need to be sorted out and making decisions. And I've also got that on your love life as well, because I've got a lovely sense of courage and warmth when I look at this card. And it feels right for you, and the energy is extremely good. It's almost explosive in as much as it's exciting. So any decisions that need to be made and any balancing, you're going to do this with real clarity. You're not going to feel muddled, because the energy as they're giving it me is clarity. So if you even if you get a little moment or a wobble where you think, well, I'm not quite sure, I'm feeling slightly indecisive, I would just look within, because you already have the answers. There's too much balance here for you to be out of balance. So make that decision based on what you can see clearly. And you could just literally take the blindfold off, couldn't you? And then you'll be able to see. Now, going into the third part of the month here. Here we've got the Son of Wands. Can you see that okay? Again, this is you and your goals and your passion, and it's work and it's love. And you've got a real handle on this, and you're moving around in some sort of some synchronicity. There is a plan with your movement. You're not just throwing yourself in. But again, when I say that, it's almost like I'm contradicting myself, because I keep getting bursts of energy when I think of you. Bursts of you knowing what to do next. You've had a couple, I don't think November would have maybe thrown some problems. It certainly feels like there was things for you to contend with, but not in December. You're having a plan of attack here. You're going to be leading from the front. You're going to be sorting things out for yourself. You're going to be feathering your own nest. You're going to be making your relationship right, and you're going to be planning at work. Because you've got aces, so you've got lots of help on the way. So looking at this shows me that you've got the ability to keep moving forward and to plan things for yourself, and to feel quite self-assured with it as well. You're taking back your power now from maybe a few months ago where things weren't as easy for you. Now it's time to set the record straight and get on your path, your goals and your desires, and finding what is right for you, Libra. I really believe that. And going on to the end of the month here now, you have got the Hanged Man. I want to turn it round. Yeah. Do you know what this is for you as well? This is that state of, all of these cards here are talking about you not being in limbo, you being able to balance. You could stand on one leg and still balance. I've got you standing on two legs here. I've got you standing upright here. I've got two. I've got and I've got steadiness here. So the Hanged Man, because I want to turn it around, just shows me that I'm not in limbo. I've really got this covered. I think the universe has got my back as well, because I feel really protected. This bat is actually, all he's got to do is open up his wings, you know, and he can fly away from the situation, or he can walk away from the situation, as it were. So we're not unbalanced or unhinged in any way. It's a perspective, it's a state of mind, and it's also a very, very good place to be, because you can hang around and work things out very nicely. In fact, what you're going to be doing at the end of the month is looking. You're going to be actually looking at what's gone on. So I'm bringing you over to the 8 here, where things suddenly happen, you know, as they come out here, and this energy comes. You're looking at the situation, you've been watching it. When you get to the end of the month here, it was the right thing to do, wasn't it? Was to survey the situation, because you've actually got it covered. You know, you've got a keen eye. You're completely able to assess the situation when you need to and make a move when you're ready. And that'll be when you're ready, because you've got good judgment. And that's what I see happening here for the end of the month. So there seems to be a hair on the table. So yeah, so that's what I see you doing, which is lovely. So if we just have, before we do your angel card, let's have a look at what we've got here. So we start off with real strength and something coming in that's really important. So something coming in on a work basis, or even on a love basis, because I feel as if I'm going right to the heart of the matter here, and that makes me feel about a relationship. So for some of you, it's definitely that. But look at this energy that comes in. It's strong, it's entrepreneurial, it's colourful if it's a relationship. It's a really good start to the month. And so I want to turn the 8 round and give you the sign of affinity, which I want to do with the ace as well. And again, when I was thinking about you beforehand, I was getting an angelic feel for you. So I'm feeling protection here for you. And then look at this, Son of Pentacles here. And as we've got this lovely movement going on here, this is what we've got here, is you grabbing this opportunity with both hands, is how I see it. Grabbing the work relationship, the material side of things, the money that you're needing to earn, grabbing it with both hands, and also the relationship. There's a tenderness there, and you're holding it with both hands. That's what that feels like. Ace of Swords, obviously very magical card, because it's an ace, and it's telling you that you are on the right track and there's something coming your way. This feels to me like you're cutting to the chase of the situation. It's definitely a number 2 coming through for you, so I know that's a relationship, and I also feel as if that could be a business partnership for some of you. But I've got you interlocking and getting your heads together and getting your hearts together. This feels like a joining. That's the way I'm getting it, and that's the way it's being described to me. This is coming together, is what I'm getting, coming together. And also, it's you really understanding what is needed in this business, this partnership, or this relationship, understanding it intellectually and balancing it. The same with Temperance here, Sagittarius coming through, the month of December being poignant. But I've got you, I feel as if you could balance on one leg so easily and juggle all of the balls and do whatever you needed to do by balance, by sheer balance of your mind, balance of your heart, and balance of your spirit. I've got you doing that, and I've got you understanding that you're not going to be doing any excesses. The energy comes in and comes to a point with you, and it comes to your center, I feel. So you're coming from a really good place. You're coming from your gut and you're coming from your heart, and that's what that card pulls out for me. You understanding what temperance means, and also the alchemy that's in that. Again, there's something universal happening here. And look what you get again here. You've got the Ace of Wands again. So look at these Ace of Wands looking over at each other. So it's almost like they bring the month in for you. So this is very fruitful. And the number 3 coming through for 3 children, 3 siblings, something like that. There's a sense of real energy, real passion for your job, passion for what you're doing, that project, and passion for this person, and a real sense of warmth that I really care about this. I care about this project and I care about this person, and my mind feels clear about it. And you're being given the go-ahead with that, because that's very, very heaven sent. The whole ace is really you've got people looking after you, people watching you. And here, number 2 again, which I know means 2 people in the relationship. I'm getting that strongly with you, and drawn over to your Sagittarius here. And I'm also getting Aquarius for you as well, which would be somebody you'd really like to talk to. Gosh, you'd have some conversations. I've got that coming through. An Aquarian lady who's slightly alternative and really interesting. she'd spark you up. So here we have the two here of the whatever decisions need to be made, you're going to make them. You're going to make them with clarity. You're going to make them with a this energy moves. It comes in, it comes up, and it comes back into you. So it's flowing in the right direction. I've got lots of bursts of it. So here, if there's at any point you are in this relationship or in this business partnership, whatever this is, then there's a decision to be made. You're going to make it very well because you've got such a great sense of balance and a sense of alchemy coming in. So you'll know which way things need to go. So you're not trapped. There's nothing like being trapped. Quite the opposite. In fact, you can just do exactly what you want and make that decision and make it wisely. All you've got to do is do the inner work. And then you come through with the Son of Wands here. Again, I've got this passion. I've got this sense of dancing, this sense of coming together with somebody and something. So work-wise, your goals, it being very strong. There's a real sense, again, there's an energy in this card, and it's pulling me in, it's pulling me out, and it's showing me that, I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. I'm going to have this. I've got this. There's a charismatic feel to this. There's you using your charm, using it really beautifully as well. And then at the end here, well, we've got the Hanged Man. He's just literally been looking at the situation the whole time. He's not in limbo. And even if he was in limbo, it would be out of choice. It would be, well, I'm just hanging around looking at it, okay? Don't judge me for that. I'm weighing the situation. So this feels like a really good, positive month of lovely energies coming through for you, and lots of help with it as well, Libra. Lots of help. I like that. That feels really beautiful for you. Look at the angel card that I got. It says believe. Is that not too shiny? I hope it's not too shiny. Let's move it down there. Believe. And it's just full of gold, which is beautiful because, the warmth that's in gold is just incredible anyway. I'm just going to place it there for you so you can see it. So this talks about you believing in yourself, believing in what's happening during the course of this month, believing that the universe has got your back, believing in yourself, getting the number 7 coming through for you. I feel as if you're totally protected this month. There's an energy around you. Look at this, the colours here. That's energy. And there's energy all the way through these cards because I'm feeling it coming out. So I want you to believe in yourself, believe in the magic that you can create yourself, and believe that you deserve all this wonderful luck that's coming your way, because you really do. You've got a good month ahead of you. So enjoy that and believe in that, because that's what the angel card wants you to feel this month. So let me just pull up the camera. Hello, there you are. So that's your reading. Those are the cards that came out for you, and that's the feeling and the experience that I want to pass on to you right here, right now. So remember that energy is fluid, so take what is necessary, let the rest of it dissolve. What isn't for you just isn't for you. It's been a pleasure to do a reading for you. As I said at the beginning, it would be really, really lovely of you if you would like the video and you'd subscribe, because I'm new, just because I'd like you to, that would be lovely. And take a look at Spirit in You, and hopefully I get to work with you. But I will be doing these videos every month. So in the meantime, have a beautiful December. You deserve it. It certainly feels really lovely for you. Enjoy the holiday aspect of it, and I hope to see you soon. But for sure, I will see you in January.